Welcome to day 15 of our 34-day angel series. Every day meeting a different archangel or the archangel's divine feminine counterpart, the Archeia. Today we're going to be meeting a wonderful angel, Archeia of Freedom, who is the feminine counterpart of Archangel Jeremiel, together one angel of compassion, acceptance, and understanding. Let's take a moment to consciously invite and welcome in Archeia of Freedom. So in your own time, closing your eyes. And if you have Archeia of Freedom's card from the deck, the Female Archangels, just bring it into your hands. These cards really are alive and active, and they really help to open and deepen our connection with the angels. So just taking a deep breath in, breathing out your day so far. And again, big breath in and releasing. And we consciously invite in Archeia of Freedom to step into our awareness, into our space, into our energy field, and to work with us throughout the next 24 hours. May you bring forward your teachings of enlivening the senses, of opening and reconnecting our ability to feel everything, our sensuality, our sexuality, to know how free we are. And if we don't feel that, to support us to dissolve and resolve what is in the way of our liberation. And so it is. Thank you. And when Archeia Freedom comes forward, friends, she manifests, as Jeremiel does, through this really vibrant orange, this orange ray that really is so activating and opening, really connects us to our navel chakra, to our senses, to our sexuality. But she also brings in this electric blue fire, very much a similar fire to Archangel Michael. So you might see these colors when you invite her forward. And she has here in the card light. She asked for light coming out of her throat and light coming out of her palms, just to mirror that when we work with her, this is where she's opening, as well as the navel chakra, the navel center, but the throat and the hands. We really have this sense of aliveness when we connect with freedom. Why would we want to invite her in? Freedom is such a, she's a lesser known angel, as Jeremiel is, a lesser known angel of compassion. Yet freedom's energy, and Jeremiel, that we'll talk about in day 16's video, is key to the ascension of Mother Earth and humanity, because this angel helps us to go to the places that, and the parts of us that we deem are shameful, are dark, are dirty, are unwanted. She lets us, for example, when we look in the mirror, we might see imperfections and wrinkles and parts of our body that we don't like. Instead, she's like, celebrate them. Like, celebrate them. Express all that you are instead of hiding, instead of covering, instead of trying to be something that you're not. You are perfect as you are. You do not have to add anything to yourself to be perfect or to be free. You don't have to subtract anything either. You are inherently free. Inherently free. There's a butterfly going past the window right now. These angels always drop in these little earthly messages and signs when we're doing these transmissions. Butterflies very much are a sign and a symbol that freedom is around you, and the essence of freedom is here. Just that lovely confirmation of what she just said. You don't have to add or subtract anything to yourself in order to be free, friends. But if you feel like you do, invite in Archeia of Freedom. Freedom personally has helped me and so many clients to reconnect to our sense of sensuality and sexuality. And a lot of my clients and myself, we have experienced sexual trauma in our life. I think it's 1 in 3 statistics now show us. And sometimes, we don't have that courage to share our experiences. But when we do, we bring light into those spaces and we can start to appreciate what we can anyway in painful experiences. We can see how we've grown. We can see how our experience can help another person. So if you feel like that's been part of your journey, or you feel like you have a disconnect with your sense of sexuality or sensuality, perhaps you're experiencing menopause or perimenopause, or you just feel like you're disconnected from yourself. I was talking to a friend, and her guides and her angels are saying, it's time to tap into your power. And we've been receiving this message um, for many years now, as the divine feminine within us and within Earth is rising. We've been getting this message of tapping into your power. Remember your power. And while that's wonderful, these messages, how do we practically do that? This is the angel that can help us to go to our root of our power. Often it's stored right in our navel or right underneath our navel, where it's the seat of our Kundalini or Shakti energy. So she reconnects us with our innate divine feminine power. Why is that important? It's important so that we can feel and express all that we are. So we're not shutting down parts of ourselves and or hiding parts of ourselves. We're actually in celebration with all that we are. And when we do this, especially if we have children or we are a caregiver to kids, we become that example. We could become that example of it's okay to be a little bit different. It's okay to have this and this and this. How I don't have to fit into society's standards of beauty or society's standards of this and this and this. We can all be perfect in our own way. We all are perfect. Through the lens of an angel, we're all perfect. We're all divinely beautiful beings. We've just forgot that. We've just forgot that. When we connect with freedom, she will often guide us to a light from the many ways that make us feel less than, whether that's scrolling on social media and dropping into comparing yourself, comparing what they have or how they look or what they're doing. She'll say, come on, just either take a break from social media, stop scrolling, or she'll try and help you in a way to reconnect. Angels can never do anything for us, but they can inspire us, they can nudge us, they can drop signs to say, I'm here, come and work with me when you're ready. And I can show you all those dark, what you perceive as dark, shameful, negative, toxic parts of you. I will wear those parts and I will show you how beautiful you are, how divine you are. So if this is resonating with you, friends, this is your angel to connect with. And she shared something really beautiful in this book. So the new book, The Female Archangels. So at the moment together, we're writing a course on shame, like really exploring what shame is, how its effect really plays out in our adult life, something that nobody wants to talk about. Even saying that word shame feels barbed and jagged, and nobody really wants to talk about it. And this is really why we're creating this course to help unearth shame. Why is that important? So I just want to read a little bit of what Freedom said in her chapter. She said, from an angelic perspective, the vibration of shame is the opposite of knowing how inherently free and loved you are, and guilt is acting from that space. As ever, what liberates us from these dense loops is going to the core to feel them and transform them. As we heal ourselves, we heal each generation, past, present, and parallel. For wounding is passed through the ancestral line until somebody is ready to feel it, heal it, and let it go. And this is why shame Psychologists will say shame is created in around about the terrible twos, and then again we have instances between 6 and 8 and 10 and 12. But we can also carry the vibration of shame and how it's affecting us, how it's influencing our decisions in the ever present from family members from generations ago. And if you're on your aware path, as I know you are because you're watching this video right now, maybe you are here to be the one that feels it, that has been carrying it, because you are here to break free. You break free from those codes and those feelings to help not only your life, but to liberate your whole generational line. You are the code breaker. You are the pathfinder. You are the one that is changing the generational, the cellular, and the vibrational makeup of your line. And I know that can sound like really, really big, but it's also extremely empowering. And freedom can help us to see that. She can help us to see the power, our own divine responsibility, and actually get on board with taking that leadership role of her life. And she does it in the most incredible way. Often you may not see the form of freedom, but you can certainly feel her. And I hope you can just feel this in the video. Whenever we invite freedom forward, there is this buoyancy. There is this, no matter how heavy we've been feeling or what we're going through, there's optimism that comes in. There's light that comes in. It's a really wonderful feeling, but also a tangible experience. And freedom, like all the Archeia, why the Archeia are here, friends, is to help us to embody these qualities, to not just know angels through a mental, this is who angels are, this is the virtues, this is how we can connect with them, but no, to really feel them, to really embody them, because they know through that pathway we embody and express all that we are. So when you call on any of the Archeia, when you invite them in, they will stay with you until you feel like that's it, that part is done. Tick, I've embodied that, I can move on. Wonderful, our big sisters. Crystal allies that connect us with Archeia freedom. I only have one, but in the book I talk about others. For example, Lemurian amber andara or tangerine quartz, or just your more common, but equally as powerful carnelian. This is actually from a water bottle, but I'm sure you have carnelian if you love crystals. This has also got a little bit of quartz in it as well. Carnelian, I've got some here too, is really especially connective for our sexuality. No matter what we feel that we're carrying, shame, repression, um, abandonment, anything that all of those lovely, lovely experiences and energies that serve to disconnect us from who we are, from our power, from our inner Kundalini. Carnelian can really help to re-engage those wires. It's just wonderful, especially as a woman going through menopause or perimenopause. Get yourself some carnelian, sister. Start drinking carnelian water is really, really wonderful. Um, Plant allies, walnut, eating walnuts, the walnut tree, also Easter lily. And there's another in the book that I've forgotten. And excuse me if you're hearing my tummy rumbling. The other plant allies are hibiscus, friends, hibiscus. There's so much more in the book. Liberating habits, a pathway of reconnecting to your sensuality, which is amazing. It really is amazing. And it incorporates self-pleasure, because often there's so much shame around self-pleasure. And Archeia of Freedom, when I was writing with her, it's so liberating, because when I started to study about angels, Even though I had my first experience when I was 6, it wasn't till later in life that I began to read angel books and learn different modalities. And every modality that I learned talked about angels as through this sort of holier than thou filter. And I'm like, that's not the angels that I'm connecting with, like the Archeia that nobody was talking about. These feminine angels are real. They like understand us, they understand the human condition, human experiences. It's not about, oh, yes, think positively and everything will change. No, they're bloody real. And I love that, especially Archeia Freedom. So when we were writing the chapter, she was talking about self-pleasure and in a way, you can read it in the chapter, but in a way where, we're using our hands, we're touching our body and we're not feeling like it's dark or it's shameful. It's no, it's just appreciation and oh, it's just splendid. So go and check it out in the book. And if you want to know more about freedom, friends, and any of the archangels and archeia so far, then I run on a consistent basis the angel healing programs. There's a level 1 coming up on May 18th, level 2, and also level 3 teacher training. If you're interested, if you've already done your degree levels, come and join us or start your angel healing journey on May 18th. But I want to leave you with Archeia Freedoms from the book, her affirmation. And it says, maybe you want to do this with me with arms open wide, feeling yourself free. No matter if your mind says you're not, just feel, just open up to freedom. Open up to her help and the essence of freedom as we say, I am the light within the dark. I am the solution to every problem. I choose to live life through a new lens, for I am free. I am freedom. And so it is. So much love, friends. We'll see you for the next video.